Everybody, how y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning this morning. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Trying to get to that 25,000 subscribers mark. Let's keep those numbers going up so we can let everybody know where to come and really get it popping at, because we taking over right now. Like I said, I hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. I know it's the weekend and you probably had a rough night last night. Yes, it's Saturday, February 1st, 2025. This is the bottom line. And like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. What you guys got going on this morning? I know, like I said, you guys probably had a rough night. Probably I got my weekend warriors. You guys are getting up to head out to go to work. And then, of course, we got the people that do the Monday through Friday. They probably taking it down right now. So salute to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good one. Everybody's healthy under the sound of my voice. Thank you for checking in with me. We got a lot to cover today. We got a full clip. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and read the titles. I know you guys can read it because it's in the right direction today. Normally it'll be the other way, but I fixed it. So you guys can read it better than me. But let me still see if I can make this happen. Let's go. Good morning. What's up, Derry? What's up, Dirty Roofer? That's my dude, Dirty, right there. What up, Dirty? Let's go. Let me try to read this stuff backwards. You guys see it that way. I see it backwards. Here we go. Free speech. Is it under fire? The reason I say that is because in the context of some things that we look at, we have to look at the underline of what could be there. Sometimes what's in your face isn't exactly what we perceive and what we see and what we really think it is. So this title, this thumbnail is exactly that. I can't go too much in detail about what I mean by that, but in one of the segments, you're going to see what I mean about free speech and is it under fire. We already getting messed with when we try to put stuff on Facebook. You might get blocked, or I mean, you might your page might get shut down for a little while. You ever go on Instagram and try to post something, and they put you in Instagram jail or whatever like that. Something like that is basically what I'm talking about. But in the context of what you're doing, a lot of the times you get caught up in that. That's what I'm talking about as far as that aspect goes. Then we have MTA Questioned over spending and efficiency accountability now, which means all of the congestive pricing that Kathy Hocul over here has been requesting, all of the stuff that's been going on with people having problems in the train station, with them putting the National Guard down there and everybody, and it's still not seeming to be much different. So now they're asking for accountability on the spending. They want to know what's going on with the money and basically how is this agenda going with this congestive pricing thing. I'm going to be honest with you guys when it comes down to Kathy Hocul, the governor of New York. She makes me understand why people don't like him so much. It makes me say, you know what? Because there's some people that you really don't like. And I honestly have to tell you that this is a person right here I truly do not like, because she really doesn't know what she's doing. And the small things that she does really hurts the people in the city, from the migrant situation to the congestive pricing to just not knowing what she's doing. It's just really bad. And living here and being here so long, it really affects the nature and how we moving around in the city of New York. So with the same energy that I don't like this person as much, I can honestly see why a lot of people may not like this person with the same sort of energy. So I had to say to myself, you know what? Let's not be so hard on, within certain people, certain politicians, because just because you might like that person, somebody else might not like them, Bugatti. So that's when I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me just chill. I'll just put a clown face on her and just leave it like that. But yes, accountability is necessary. They want to know what's going on with all of the money, what's all the spending, what's going on with the bread, Kathy, what's happening over there. We're going to cover that right there. And then also, we've got Trump, who signed an executive order that combats against anti-Semitism. This actually is something that's also under the same realm. I'm not going to go too much in detail. Don't want to get demonetized or flagged. But I need you guys to pay attention to these stories today because they have underlying meanings and they're very educational, and you're going to get something out of it. I promise you that. Also, we have the last one on the board, which is the bodega owners and managers. They're reacting to illegal migrants and the crackdown which is going on and how the migrants are being sent back. And they're peed off. They're saying that, there's people calling in saying, can we come into work? Are we going to have to worry about, ICE coming into the store, boss? And then, of course, the managers are saying, this hurts the business. This does that. I honestly look at it in a different aspect, because if you have illegal migrants working in your store, I feel bad for them not having a job, but how much were you paying them? Were you giving them legal wage? Because with one thing, there's also something else. So are they peed off that they may not be paying these people, being able to have these workers around because they're paying them less? That could be a situation as well, because you already know when you have migrants and you have immigrants, you can pay them less, and that's what they do. So there's a double-edged sword to all of these situations. Yes, they might feel bad on one regard, but at the end of the day, were you paying them? Were they getting health care? Were they getting what they're supposed to get? So that's another part. So you got all these people that's being so mean on what's happening, but were you playing your part, or were you getting fat on off of the situation where the money was coming in and it was benefiting you? That's the question. Good morning, everybody. What's good? Yeah, it's your boy Kanye East over here checking in. Your boy Kanye East. How y'all doing? What else we got over here? Come on, make some sense and stop doing that, because I'm gonna get you out of here. I am my own worst troller. Don't need moderators. I have them. Corey, what's that? Corey Mondry. The owners like cheap labor. See, they don't see it the way that I do. You gotta pay attention to more than just one outlook, guys. There's always somebody benefiting from it. Good morning, everybody. Let's get into this first story. And this is something that's not on the board, but it has to do with Wall Street, their response to Trump's tariffs. They're saying that it may impact prices. As you know, a dozen of eggs are $12 now. An avocado is $4. That's really bad, really bad. And that's because of the tariffs that has been put in. We are not playing favorites. Remember, we're not playing favorites. We're going to just call it like it is. So here we go. If you have people that are taken out of the fields that take cheaper pay, you're going to have to pay more to the people that do go work there, or the prices are going to go up, because the more you need something, the more the prices go up. So that's what's happening now. And when you threat tariffs and things like that, other countries, they say, you know what, we're not going to deal with that. We're basically not going to even, fall into what you're doing. So places like China and other places that he's going to be putting these tariffs on, we actually need to exercise these tariffs right now, because they've never been done before. And at least we'll know if they're going to be flexible. You've already seen what Cuba's done. Sometimes the president uses a tariff threat as a negotiation to see if they'll, oh, you know what, before it even gets to that, let's try to negotiate, right? That would be the smart thing to do. And then when you see it's not working, you pull back on it. That's how I would try to do it. Yes, it's affecting us right now, but there could be a situation where we may be getting cheaper things coming in because we've negotiated. China and other countries won't negotiate with us, and they never have. Case in point, Kevin O'Leary has already said they're one of the worst countries to try to do business with. We've been trying to do business with China for many years now, and they just won't flex. They just won't budge. So it's necessary for us to try to negotiate a little bit. I think it makes sense. I don't know what you guys feel about it, but I think it makes a little bit of sense to try to negotiate a little bit and put those tariffs out there as like a bargaining or a tactic to see if you're going to get some sort of momentum, like to throw a stone to see if you're going to get a response, just to see if you could possibly get prices to go down on certain things. That's how I look at that. So the Dow is down right now as of yesterday due to these tariffs threats because America is getting scared. Also, want to say one more thing. I know you guys like to get to the clips, but I'm going to say one more thing because it's very important. Think about you being Xi Jinping and you're about to get tariffs in placed on you, and you're sitting over there like, you know what? I'm going to just let the American people get so riled up and get angry that I'm not even going to negotiate. I'm going to let them do it because all the American people have to do is what they're doing now. Oh, look at the price of eggs. Look at the price of this. Look at the price of that. Inflation starts to go up because we're getting riled up before we even negotiate. A lot of people aren't business people. You haven't done business before. You haven't traded. You have a president that's done business. He's done real estate, even if it's bad business in the way that you may think of it. If it's bad business, think about it now. He's doing bad business where we winning. Worst case scenario. But if you don't understand tactics and business strategy, and this may be one, you really have to understand that this may be just a business tactic that he's doing to see if he can actually get some fluctuation going, to get some momentum going. It happened with Cuba, who said that they weren't going to do it. And it happened with a bunch of other people that he threatened, countries that he threatened taxes on. And they moved on it. Like I said, the Dow is down right now. Everyone is scared. And that's what those other countries want. They want us to be scared about something like this. Corey said, I can't even read that yet, Corey. I want you guys to see this because this is what I'm talking about right now. This is what's shaking everybody up. The Dow is down and everybody's nervous.
So, yeah, in the last hour, Wall Street investors appear to be rattled after the White. Look at this, the Dow Jones. Oof. And specifically notice when it starts getting red, right around 1:30 or so. Yeah, in the last hour, Wall Street investors appear to be rattled after the White House said that President Trump is sticking to his February 1st deadline for new tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. Tariffs that could raise prices for many products that Americans buy, potentially stoking inflation. Let's get the latest from CNN's Matt Egan. Matt, what can you tell us about these tariffs and what it could mean for the price of everyday goods?
Well, Boris, we could be on the verge of the first shots being fired in what would be a trade war in North America. Because remember, it's not just these 25% tariffs that have been threatened by President Trump on Canada and on Mexico. It's also the retaliation that they have promised as well. And as you pointed out, this did not go over so well on Wall Street. The moment that this news came out from the White House that the tariffs are still on track to happen, we did see a noticeable dip in the stock market with the Dow moving solidly lower. Now, look, we don't know exactly what's going to happen here. It's still possible that President Trump decides to delay when these tariffs get implemented or cancel them altogether. But we do know that he views these tariffs as sort of a magical negotiating tool that can solve almost any problem. Of course, this would be a risky gamble because the United States imports a lot of goods from Canada and from Mexico, not to mention from China as well. Last year alone, the U.S. imported $400 billion of goods from Canada, everything from oil and minerals to cement, wood, and paper goods. This is also a major place where the United States imports food from Mexico in particular, right? Roughly 90% of the avocados that get imported into the United States come from Mexico. Same thing for tomatoes. The auto industry.
That's why all you Taco Tuesday people getting mad. I know. All you Taco Tuesday eaters, y'all mad about them avocados. I know. We know. But what I'm saying is hold the line for a little bit and see what's going to happen. You know, you would have had to hold the line if it would have went the other way. Imagine if the election would have went the other way. What do you think prices would have been? Do you think it would have been better for us overall economically? Because in reality, if you think about it, y'all don't know this, but to keep like illegal immigrants here yearly with low subsidy, it's like $8,000 a year. Healthcare, free money, somewhere to stay, and that's per person. So let's really do the math on certain stuff. Sometimes you gotta gamble. And like Kenny Rogers said, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough to count it when the dealing's done. Y'all just gotta understand negotiations, man. Yes, we're gonna be hit a little bit. Boop, 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 a little bit of avocados. Gas prices gonna go down because drill, baby, drill. And if it get crazy, yes, Trump, go ahead and get rid of them tariffs. Tell them, whatever, that's like when you go to negotiate in a store and you got the Chinaman there and you trying to buy something from him. Come on, man, let me get it for $20. No, I say 25. That's it. I'm not negotiating. Come on, man, $20. No, I'm not negotiating 25. You've been in that area before where people are really hard to negotiate with. Sometimes I even get to the point where I act like I'm walking out. Because they'll be like, hey, hold on a minute. Sometimes you got to negotiate. That's all I'm saying. But it sucks. And I'm going to be honest with you. And I know y'all tearing me up in the comments, right? Because y'all saying, well, Bugatti, he negotiating with our money. He gambling with our bread. And you're right. So I can't say no to y'all. Because he is gambling with our money. And guess who is too? Every time we have another person come over that border, every time we have another $14,000 go into one EBT for a migrant, yeah, it hurts us in the long run. So it's really, this one is a hard one. This is a hard one. So I'm gonna come to the comments and see what you guys are saying. I know I'm getting beat up in here. I'm getting all types of Kanye's and Diddy's and everything, but let me see what y'all doing up in these comments. Let me see what I'm getting up in here. Kanye lost it, folks. I knew it. Jay Rice, he just watched an opinion piece and don't even know. Oh man, okay, here we go. Love from Australia, Cherry. How you doing, Cherry? See, that just made me feel better from Jay Rice's comment. Getting some love from somebody trying to tell me what I did and what I don't know. All right, man. Corey, but see, that's the cool thing about the bottom line. You can still hang around and even tear me up. It's all good. I don't mind. Corey, Mondry, broad market fund. Broad market fund. I mean, you got to know where Kim is right now. I don't know. She probably somewhere freaking off. It's an ETF. Solution does not base on what? All right, what else we got? Dummy, you're almost lost. Hit Medicaid. Maddie Livingston said, Dummy, you almost lost. Hit Medicaid. Thunderbolt, the penetrator. Are you one of Donald's blacks? Maddie Livingston, boy, you broke a. What the H you talking about? Gold on silver only. Trump had kids on an airplane to Colombia in handcuffs. Real saint. Chad C said that. And but what about the children? Them same kids? They was in handcuffs. The children? Really, Chad? Show me a clip of that. Put a clip in the comments or whatever like that. We'll put that up. Let me see the kids in the handcuffs. That's crazy because I ain't hear about that, chat. In Mint State, you'll be happy if God is in your heart. He definitely is. Bro is an NPC still watching CNN. I keep telling y'all about worrying about the platforms. We don't worry about the platforms. We get the information, we gather it, and then we proof check it. Because sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. You keep on getting caught up in the rabbit holes and getting caught up in that instead of paying attention to the messages of what's going on. Now that we know this is going on, we can go to other platforms and proof check it. But y'all don't understand that part. No, I'm not gonna say y'all. That person doesn't understand that part because we know how the game go over here. We know how the game go. We got tough skin over here. Let's go, y'all. I think we good on this because we all understand what's going on and we got to the bottom line on what's happening. Bottom line is they playing around with our money, no matter how you put it. And we're going to be the ones to have to fit the bill because it's always the working man that has to fit the bill. At least we all can agree on that. Hopefully we all can agree on that. So now we got to go on over here to the black boxes. They basically recovered the black boxes from those the flight crash. And what's going on is now they're checking out everything whatever the information they can find that happened in the crash. There is video. There was a lot of recovery yesterday. They got over 80 bodies out of the river. and they were able to identify the majority of the people that were deceased in the Washington plane crash at Reagan Airport. And currently, again, like I said, they're going and doing like research, checking inside of the black box to see what they can get out of that.
American Airlines plane that collided midair with an Army. Crews have recovered 2 black boxes from the American Airlines plane that collided midair with an Army helicopter in Washington, D.C. The National Transportation Safety Board says the boxes will help reveal data from the cockpit, tracking the plane's altitude and airspeed in the flight's final moments. Investigators say it will also reveal crews' discussions leading up to the crash. Crews have recovered 2.
Yeah, so again, I don't like to go too deep into stuff like that because, opinions, and then they say it's sensitive content, y'all. So I'm really sorry about it, but I do want you to know, paid attention to it. Also, from what I'm hearing, I think there's something that happened last night in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, where it was a crash. So we got to get better on these flights out here. Y'all don't know what's going on. Got to get better with it. Check this out. We got this new scam that targets car sellers. It's got these like 5 or 6 guys. I think a few of them are immigrants. What they do is they come to your house if you got a car for sale, and one of them will look at the car. Another one will talk to you. Next thing you know, they take some oil out of their pocket, pour it on your car. It starts smoking, and they use that for negotiations. It's a new scam that they're trying. And you know how we like to stay on top of scams just in case older people are vulnerable to things like this, maybe other people that are not too savvy. So I like to bring you guys up on the stuff like this just to keep you up to date on the new scams and things that they're trying to do to rip us off. Because it's just not cool. You think you're going to sell your car, and next thing you know, they doing stuff like this and messing your whole car up. So check this out so it doesn't happen to you.
If you are looking to sell your car in San Diego, there's a new scam targeting you.
It's on the rise and costing victims thousands of dollars. Our Zara Barker tells you what you should look out for.
It's just not right.
A scam on the rise is swindling car sellers out of thousands of dollars.
I think it's a growing scam where people are realizing they can make a quick buck.
Sean Poor with Cellmax buys cars that are junk, damaged, or have mechanical issues, and that's why he's seen an increase of scammers damaging cars to try and convince the car seller to sell it for thousands less. I talked with one victim who doesn't want to be identified because he thinks this is a large-scale organized crime.
As soon as he pulled up, I could see 3 guys in the van, and I told my wife immediately, shut the garage and don't come outside. Like, I just knew I was not in a good situation.
And he was right. The scammers pulled out cash to pay for the car while another poured oil on the engine, triggering the check engine light.
He goes, there's oil in your coolant. And I said, what?
They work in teams, so one person will distract you by asking you to see the car title or something about the vehicle, and the other person will quickly pour oil in the coolant reservoir and pour it around the engine of the car. And then what this does is it causes the car to smoke. And what this means is typically a blown head gasket or some major issue with the car. And they try to pressure people into selling the car at a lower price point.
The damage was done in under a minute, but cost this victim $500 to fix the car before trying to sell it again.
They were very pushy, and I just was in a bad spot. So I'm like, car's not for sale, get out of here, but they wouldn't leave.
So it's like pushy. And then come on, to be pouring stuff on top of somebody's motor, that's kind of messed up, man. Pouring oil on it just so the check engine light can come on. Yo, y'all got to be on to stuff like this. Why are you showing us this? We could, I bet you didn't. I bet you wouldn't have caught this on your own. I bet you guys wouldn't have found out about this if I wouldn't have told you. That's the reason why we come here, and that's the reason why we up at 6 o'clock in the morning doing the bottom line. Let's keep it going until we finish this, y'all. Go.
Sometimes see it called the car oil scam.
La Mesa police have seen 2 cases of this scam and recommend people meet in public places.
Tell me where we're standing. So we are in front of the La Mesa Police Department, and these are 2 of our designated transaction zones here that are for the public to use. This is
Also, I wanted you guys to think about this too. If you are going to sell your cell phone, if you're going to sell your laptop, if you're planning on selling anything and the person's really going to be fair about buying it, tell them to meet you at the precinct. Let's be real about it. Tell them, hey, y'all, meet me over at such and such. You know where the closest precinct is at? You don't even have to go inside. You can park right in front. Come on, you ready? because I don't think a lot of people are going to be susceptible to doing sneaky stuff if they're in front of the precinct. This gave me an idea to say that because they got a designated area here at this place for that, but other places may not have it. But if somebody, like I said, is going to do legit business with you, have them meet you in the front of the precinct. Be like, yeah, meet me at the precinct. I bet you if they were scammers, they're not going to meet you there because they know that there's a better chance of them getting caught up. And that's another reason why I wanted to show you guys this.
It's here for them.
The victim hoping others will be on the lookout.
It could have easily pushed somebody into just take the car.
Zara Barker, Fox 5.
Yeah. So that's another one, y'all. Be careful of the scams. They out here, everybody's broke trying to get over on somebody, and they'll try anything, especially when it's like groups of people coming to see a car. If it's not like one person with, like, let's say the mechanic, if it's like, let's say a couple, male, female, male, female, then you could probably trust something like that. But 3 people pulling up in a car and then like, nah, be like, yeah, what's going on here? Which one of y'all want to see the car? Yeah? All right, well, you can stay over there. You're a mechanic? All right, cool. Well, one at a time on my property. You got to protect yourself. Real talk. All right, you got to go. Boop. Getting rid of a couple of people, y'all. Do me a favor, hold me down. It's making the show go in a different direction. So everybody that's playing right now got to get rid of you. All the jokes and all the crap. Nah, we putting the heat down right now. Keep on playing games. You got to go. Got to leave here. Y'all hear that MOP song? Here we go. What we got? Full Metal 25. That's why I work on my own cars. Oh, somebody finally got a message that has to do with the topic and not playing around inside of the comments. Local things. Only dummies voted for camel toe. That was a good one. Yeah, I'm a mean moderator over here. I don't be playing. What's that? Salaz P? Only dummies get scammed. Nah, that's not true. Some of these scams are so intricate that you wouldn't even know they're scamming you. What's that? Darren K. If I walk away from my car with the hood open and someone standing there, that's on me. S. Moore said happens all the time. And turning back the speedometer. Yeah. But the way that they did that with 3 people rolling up, that's crazy. Local things, I think you out of here. Who you got for Super Bowl? Let me tell you something. Say Young Tox said, yo, Unc, who you got for Super Bowl? I have no idea who's playing in the Super Bowl. I don't know what teams are going to the Super Bowl. I don't know the players on the teams. I focus on doing this and moving forward, getting this brand popping, doing the bottom line and rocking out. I can't concentrate on sports because I don't really watch sports and stuff like that. I feel like I could be doing something that's more, better for me, that I can probably get something out of it. That's why I've never been like, it feels like it's just like sometimes that I can be doing something else. I've written a lot of books. I write a lot. As you guys probably know, I'm an artist. I rap. So I kind of like use my time for that. That's what I do. So I don't even know anything about sports, to tell you the truth. But check this out. Y'all know anything about this 18-year-old that was arrested in connection to multiple armed robberies in Seattle? Something else y'all got to know about, because like I said, they running around with the shiesties, and it's a lot of the young ones nowadays that's doing stuff because they have no direction. And if you think about it, if they're this age, who raised them? Just like the comedian said, who raised you? Y'all know T.K. Kirkland? Who raised you? If you're 18 years old and you're running around like this.
30 sets of keys, 5 stolen firearms, 30 sets of keys, credit and debit cards, even police tactical gear. Take a look at the massive stash Bellevue police say they found inside the apartment where 18-year-old Matt McGraw lived with his dad in Federal Way on Monday. They say his criminal activity extends far beyond Bellevue, and he didn't act alone. In fact, investigators believe he and another teen robbed a 72-year-old woman earlier this month, stealing her purse as she loaded groceries into her car in Bellevue.
Fox 13's Dave Detling talked to that woman and her family tonight, asking how they feel about McGraw's arrest.
The
The Lee family says they were blown away at how quickly he was arrested. They say after seeing all those stolen credit cards, the ammunitions, the guns, that it was clear he needed to be taken off the streets before he could hurt somebody else.
Holy moly.
That's a lot of stuff.
Wow. Look at the gas.
I can't believe he's 18 years old. Wow.
The Lee family says they wanted answers after their 72-year-old mother was shoved to the ground and her purse was stolen while putting groceries in her car in the H-Mart parking lot in Bellevue. Investigators say the person responsible is 18-year-old Madden McGraw. He and his accomplice were driving this stolen red Toyota when it happened.
The attacker pushed her so hard to the asphalt that it left a compression fracture on her lumbar L1, her back. So she got a broken.
This is crazy because, yeah, I'm going to go there. I'm old because in my time, you would never do nothing like this. I mean, to an old lady, man, come on, man. What's wrong with you? Old lady? So you got all this ammunition, all this hammers, and you going after old people in parking lots and pushing them down to the ground. This is, again, why I'm showing you guys stuff. Suckers and punks. Look at this. 18 years old. Who raised them? Like, come on. It's one thing to have and do what you do and have and be doing what you're doing. But to be hurting old people, that's a whole nother aspect of it. When I was raised up, we had something called, you ready for this? Class, ready? Respect, pride, honor, and not just class for one thing, and not just respect for one thing. You had respect for people as well as yourself. That means the way that you're walking around, the way that you present yourself, whether in the way that you talk, you actually had a respect. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and own my age because the age that we're in now, you don't even get that. You don't get people saying thank you. You don't get sorry. When the last time you heard somebody say sorry? Or you hold a door for somebody, they just walk in. And they're looking at you like, oh, no, thank you? Oh, no, you're welcome. They look at you and say thank you, like you had to open the door for them. So yeah, and then like, I guess it's because a lot of this right here too, because a lot of people like so used to hiding behind keyboards and like saying stuff that have nothing to do with topics and stuff like that, just nonsense. So they don't really have the wherewithal to understand that words are very important. You can put the bricks in your own road with the words that come out of your mouth, depending on the person that you are. He mad. Oh, Young Tops, you out of here. Boop, boop, boom. Bye-bye. See that? See that? See that? See how we get them out of here, the ones that's playing around, that don't want to take the message? Because we really got some situations going on here, and we really got a bottom line that we're trying to show and get going. So people that's playing around, like I told you, I am the worst moderator. I am the worst when it comes down to trolling because I was raised in an analog era where you had to be good at snapping. They call it snapping. And when you went to school, they joked about you. They made jokes about your head and the clothes that you wore and your brother's pants and stuff like that. And we couldn't run to nobody and say, hey, they making jokes on me. Well, hey, what you want me to do? Matter of fact, you do look kind of funny over there. Yeah, and then you know what that did? That made you get right because people really telling you the truth about what's going on. What else we got here? What else we got here? Paul Smith. You'll notice my name is actually my name. I stand behind my words. We got Mishka 1. Why your finger look like burnt chicken nuggets? Okay, that's a good joke right there. So you're gonna be good with that one. I like that one. Okay, the penetrator existence, Kirky Ruler. I seen it. Somebody putting up clown faces. We're gonna see how long you last. Paul Smith, was you Christian Bugatti? Christian. Damn, was that what they called it back then? What type of channel is this? Oh, I was Christian, as a matter of fact. I think I was. You mean with the shoes? When they bronzed the shoes? Actually was. I think I was. Yeah, when they put I think I was. And then when I got older, I was baptized. So yeah.
Back. Aaron Lee is the woman's son-in-law. He and his wife Sophie tell Fox 13 they're glad McGraw is in custody, but they had no idea how far his alleged criminal activity stretched.
The property that you see in front of you was recovered during that search warrant service.
In this showing,
this dude is 18 years old and got some real, I'm talking about, he got the arsenal. I know he got the switches, whatever they call them over there. But yeah, 18 years old, y'all. That's enough for this. We're going to keep it moving because we got a lot more to cover. Like I said, we got a full clip today. I got some more detailed information on this congestive pricing crap. We got this sanctuary city stuff because the next thing that we got to go into is because the sanctuary cities, now they're under federal. You know why? Because all of the major crimes that's really going on are X crimes, major, it's all happening in sanctuary cities. And all of the people that's getting arrested are running to sanctuary cities because they're protecting them. So now guess what? Federal people looking at the sanctuary cities like this, paying attention to them now. So this is what's going on with the sanctuary cities, y'all. Check this out.
Now the latest. Now the latest on President Trump's immigration crackdown.
All right, tonight we're taking a closer look at how the new administration's policies are impacting sanctuary cities like New York. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini takes a deep dive into the issue.
New York City, long known and celebrated as a symbol of the American dream, where immigrants have a rich history, where many undocumented people call home, where dreamers, asylum seekers, and those with temporary protected status work to make a name for themselves, where most recently more than 200,000 migrants have come in pursuit of a better life, a sanctuary city with a long reputation as a safe haven. We don't know what's going to happen, said this woman as she was about to enter the Immigration and Customs Enforcement building in Lower Manhattan for an appointment on a January morning. Her tone documenting the uncertainty many are dealing with in the face of the new Trump administration and the promise of mass deportations.
So why couldn't they do this in the beginning instead of just walking over the border, doing what they want to do? And then a lot of people are feeling really sorry and bad for the illegal migrants, but didn't they walk here? So why are you worrying about them getting flown back? They walked thousands of miles on the ground and they slept on cardboard boxes in several areas on the way here. I'm not trying to say that that's a good thing, but what I'm saying is when you're sending them back in a plane where they're in the air, what's so wrong with that? Okay, that being the case as well. And then number two, you see all of those people that were just strewn up and down the sidewalks of the streets of New York City. You have no idea what that feels like, being a person that lives in the city that's been here for a number of years. You're walking up the street. Normally you can cross the street to get into a crowd. This is real life living now, how it is. You walk up the street, you hope that, oh, it's too many people, let me cross. You can't, because now you're walking into another crowd. There is no room. You're like sardines in a can for real like this in the city now. You know how you walking in the street and you might want to move to the side to use your phone and duck off somewhere. So there's nowhere to really even duck off. There's somebody in the duck off. I have no idea what it's like when you just keep on squeezing from the apple, squeezing from the apple, squeezing. There's no, I mean, the apple is going to be no more, or it's going to be terrible because you got so many people that's trying to take their bite at it. The American dream. It's now the Americans that are American. It's our nightmare, especially to the African American man, because now they're trying to put everybody together as the minority and give it to them first. We're not stupid. Over here, our saying is you can't pour syrup on and make it pancakes, because as soon as you bite into it, it's still going to be just got some syrup on it.
Mayor Adams had this to say last week.
We want to bring down the anxiety. We want our immigrants to know that this is a city of immigrants. This is a country of immigrants. It's imperative that you go to school, use the hospital service, use the police services.
Fox 5 News recently.
Go to school. So now where there used to be overpopulation of, even when I was in school, it was about 30 something kids in a class, right? So now there's definitely about 35 or 40 kids in a class with one teacher, right? And then half of the kids that's in there, they don't even understand English. They just being put in school because that's the legal thing that they have to do, which is, again, draining more resources, driving that teacher crazy, and now she can't pay more attention to your child. People that feel so bad for the immigrants. Oh my God, what are you talking about, Bugatti? You're just a terrible person. And then you got that veteran over there that's on the ground, that's sitting there next to them. But guess what? That veteran that was in the Army, probably like my dad, that was a weapons specialist, that lost his life because he had Agent Orange. Let me tell you, you know how, let me, any one of you guys experience the process of somebody passing on from Agent Orange and you come back and talk to me, especially somebody that you care and you love so dearly. So now, when you see veterans on the ground and people laughing at them, talking about, ha ha, you guys don't want to work, we get the money, we're going to keep it, we're going to take your job, oh yeah, I've seen this myself. So all of you people out there that's just pro, let everybody in, we got it. Don't know where we getting it from. Don't know where we getting it from. We got it, let them in. This is for y'all, real talk. Because then you start to say, oh, well, why can't we do this? Why are we not able to do that? Oh, because we gave it to the immigrants. Gave everything to the immigrants that we were supposed to give to y'all. What's wrong with taking care of our veterans first, taking care of our homeless population first, and taking care of home first? And then not giving Ukraine all that money, not giving all these other people money. And then we over here talking about we can't even afford food. It don't make sense. The ends, don't y'all see what's going on? It's like they want this to happen. How you broke, but you just gave Ukraine $50 zillion? How are you broke? How are we broke? How? This is by design.
Obtained an internal NYPD memo from the police commissioner to the force dated January 18th, 2025. It says the fact that a person is present in the United States without lawful authorization is a civil matter, not a crime. It reminds police that city law prohibits local immigration enforcement, although the memo also states the department investigates criminal activity without regard to a person's immigration status and works with the feds on criminal investigations. New York City's status as a sanctuary city traces back to the 1980s, with different orders and laws introduced under different mayors over the years. Mayor Adams has been vocal about supporting a rollback of sanctuary laws. Peter Markowitz is an immigration justice expert and a professor of...
I think it needs to be overhauled overall. Sanctuary cities need to be overhauled, especially depending on what they're sanctifying or what they're coveting or what they're trying to, take care of. And if all of these things are at the detriment and the loss of actual citizens, it definitely needs to be rethought. Definitely. And then as a result, they're asking the mayor, are you going to resign? Are you going to resign? Because he's got all of these cases coming up. Plus he's, got the cases, got indicted, and now he's floating around Trump to try to get a pardon. You know how we know that? Because we're not stupid. We know why he's hanging around with Trump, because he's trying to get that pardon before it even happened. I said a lot. What y'all got to say? Womp, womp, womp. Wait, that's a good one up there. Let's get this. Womp, womp, womp. Cry about it, Rocco. That's what Adam said. The last of his kind. Crazy. Let's go up some more. Because I know y'all going to tear me up for not reading a lot of this, but I'm going to try to get it done. Adam, his struggles are soft. These are not struggles. Your struggles are soft in America. I know our struggles are soft. Adam, where you from? Probably, yeah. Okay, anyway. Carl Peterson, speak, brother. Todd Pemper, immigrants, we are Americans, and if you're not an American, do the things to come to our amazing country. He is right. You're all lost. Yes, got 100, Manny. You can do both. Start taxing the rich. You gonna tax the rich some more? That's just like, come on, man. How about get rich? Because you in a country where you can do it. Who said tax the rich? I'm about to get rich. Don't tax me. I'm working my butt off trying to get rich. How you gonna tax me more money? Michael C., you can do both. Start taxing the rich. I noticed that a lot of people like to beat up on the rich and don't realize a lot of people get rich from struggling. So all of a sudden I get rich. Now you want to tax me. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about in that instance. Michael C., they'll already have the solution as per usual into the Department of Mortality. All right, here we go. Chad C., which immigrant job you think veterans deserve? Which immigrant job? Ooh, that's a good one. Somebody said, which immigrant job do I think the veterans deserve? Any ones that they want and anyone that they can do first. Yeah. Because guess what? We could have wiped out homelessness and homeless veterans on the street with all the money that we gave to immigrants and all of the money that we gave to Ukraine. Add it all up. We say, no Ukraine, we're not giving you no dough. Say, no migrants, we're not giving you no bread. And use all that money for the people that's on the ground in the homeless in LA, homeless all like in Pennsylvania and all in New York City, We could have probably wiped out 70% of homelessness with all that money we gave away. So yeah, your boy talking about he's not retiring. I don't know. And yeah, like I said, he's probably sticking around because he knows that he got a better chance. Come on, y'all got to know the play. It's just like basketball. I could be doing all this fancy stuff coming down, but I'm really looking at the point down there because I know that he's going to score. So I'm doing all this stuff right here. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm clearing up over here so I can pass the ball. Whoop. So when the ball get over there, goes right in. It's a play. It's always a play. They setting up a play, but y'all don't catch the play. Y'all so busy caught up in the razzle dazzle that y'all don't catch the play. I keep telling you, whoever score is the winner. And at the end of the goal, whoever's the winner, you got to look at that person. Hell with how they got there. Whoever wins is the one that set it up. Check it out. Let's go.
He appeared to be in fighting form after Eric Adams. Well, he appeared to be in fighting form after returning from taking care of some health issues.
The mayor took on his critics yesterday, and he addressed rumors that he would resign today. Let's get right to Good Day's Briella Tomasetti. She has more from City Hall. Briella, good morning.
And what I meant to say in that is the reason why he's not going to resign is because he's already in play and he's already made his conversations up. And if he play ball the right way, he might just get that pardon. It's Sanctuary City. What the mayor doing over there with Trump? Think about it. If before this he was so sanctuary, what he doing over there with Trump all of a sudden? Can't pour syrup on shit and make it pancakes.
Tashani and Dan, good morning. Yeah, Mayor Adams went to an NYPD event and then hosted his annual interfaith breakfast yesterday. Those marked the first 2 public appearances for him in a week. Now, he had absolutely no interest in addressing reports that the Justice Department would possibly be dropping the criminal charges against him, and he became infuriated over rumors that he would resign.
Who started the stupid rumor that I was stepping down on Friday? Are you out of your mind?
Mayor Adams repeated that line several times over again, and it was met with roaring applause from the audience. He spent the week on partial leave, getting back to work yesterday after his office said he was undergoing routine medical tests and battling an undisclosed illness. But his absence came at a busy time. On Wednesday, news broke that the Justice Department was considering tossing the mayor's federal corruption case. Adams was indicted in September and has...
That's his lawyer right there. As you know, I told you guys 2 days ago, his lawyer was sitting down with the DA discussing the dismissal of the federal charges that he has against him. And of course, you know who's working the Fed right now. And again, I told you guys, I'm not one-sided when it comes down to the truth. I might like a person, but when it comes down to the truth, you might not like me because I'm going to tell you the truth about it. I know what's going on right here. We know what's going on. And Trump is like, okay, you're going to play ball? I'm going to take care of you. But just make sure when I take care of you, you make sure that, you know, I can do what I need to do in New York. I don't have any problem with that. Your other people are going to get mad at me now because guess what? Because now, hopefully, Trump does step in and does something about congestive pricing. Now, maybe certain things can get implemented where we get a little more money for the police and things like that because we got all these immigrants and stuff out here like that. And the laws have to get a little lighter, probably looking at me like I'm crazy. But yeah, the laws have to get a little bit lighter on them because they can't really do anything to fight and combat these immigrants. Also, need some more smarter and more seasoned police. Need some more seasoned ones because we lost a lot of them over COVID, and we lost a lot of them over the last few years with this administration. You guys, whoever doesn't like legal, whoever doesn't like living fair and good and caring about God and things of that nature, you probably shouldn't be at this channel. If you're like a scammer or somebody that thinks in a very ignorant manner that doesn't that's not conducive to the American people or people getting prosperous and living well, it's probably not the channel for you. Probably why you're going crazy in the comments because you just don't understand what's going on here. We're really trying to share information so that we all can learn and move forward in life to make our lives better. It does not matter if the person is Democrat, Republic, or independent. The bottom line is we should be able to live fairly amongst each other and be able to prosper and be able to live good. That's all it is. We all should care about the other person's how we live. And all of the hatred and stuff like that, that's personal. Y'all got that's stuff that you got to deal with within yourself. That's why I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. The jokes don't really mean nothing to me. It just kind of shows me that you're a little ignorant, the people that do that, and you really can't have a conversation where it's going to be conducive to something really coming out of it. And that's pretty sad, but it's cool. It happens. It's the world.
Has denied any wrongdoing. While the mayor kept a low-profile, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem joined ICE agents at raids across the city targeting violent criminals. Immigration advocates say the crackdown is producing fear and panic in migrant communities. Adams issued a statement vowing to cooperate but refrained from any public appearances, at least until yesterday. And that's when a group of women held up a handwritten sign during his speech asking him to, quote, show mercy to our immigrant friends. Adams read the sign aloud and used it to talk about the ways his administration has helped asylum seekers. Then he took aim at those who claimed the city is anti-immigrant.
What you did for 220,000 migrants and asylum seekers in this city, to hear people say we are anti-immigrant, are you out of your mind?
Thank you.
Walking around with your silly signs.
Now, see what I'm saying? This is the point that I'm talking about. I don't agree with everything that he's saying. You don't agree with everything that I'm saying, but some of the stuff that I'm saying makes sense. So I'm going to champion a piece of that. Okay, cool. I believe that. Yeah, that's cool. I believe that. What he's saying right now is true. You guys are acting like you don't remember when he was begging for help, begging the administration to get him some money. They keep on sending these buses here. Why? Because you wasn't in the city. You kept on looking at it on the news. You didn't have to go to work through all of that. Y'all don't know what's going on in these cities. You don't. And you just, and just stupid in the comments and just saying stupid, idiotic stuff. But they kids is getting it first. They kids is getting the money. They getting $14,000 on their EBT cards. And y'all cool with that. No, they wasn't. Let me see the proof. Google it. We the reason why the cartel are the 5th richest organization in the world. I did that research. The 5th richest organization in the world. We funded that by giving the migrants the money. Check this out. Y'all don't even know this. They go to BJ's with the food stamps. Boop. Buy a whole bunch of food and candy. They come back, distribute the candy. And all of them come through the train station. Candy, candy, candy. And they sell it all. Now all that food stamp money turn to cash. And then they send that cash back to the cartel. You know why? Because if you don't give the cartel their money, Pito, Juancito, and Junlito is going to get it back in your country. Because the cartel is aware of what's happening with what they're giving you all this stuff over there. So yeah, walk your behind over there. Walk your butt over there. And when you get over there, take that wristband off so they don't know what cartel you belong to and make your way in and send us that money back. However you got to do it. Put a kid on your back, make them feel bad for you, get that money and send it back to us. And y'all could, whatever y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but they doing it. And then they got other ways of doing it. 2 days ago, they were taking the money to cell phone companies, buying cell phones and sending it back to Mexico that way. And that's the way that they were washing the money. So it's a lot going down. It's a lot going down. David Smith said it's called slavery. What else we got? L. Bay facts. Jamie L. Bay facts. Brock O'Neal, Lorraine. Now, how about they absolutely where? I don't know what you're talking about. What's the names again? Don't know what you're talking about with that. Okay, our people first. Everyone else get the scraps. Hey, I ain't gonna say it, but you did already. Who said that? It's Wesley, the truck commander. Jonathan Thodge. I wish y'all could have some names that I could say so I don't sound stupid. But damn, come on. I still wondering if the Ukraine immigrants are legal or illegal. All right. John Smith, I love how Texas buses those vlows to New York. You see that, John Smith? You see that, John Smith? They always bus them to New York or a sanctuary city. Corey Marjorie said they are formidable military forces too. Shane Sullivan, ATM cards in New York City. Huh. Yes, yeah, you know about that, right? Lorena said, yes, please Google it and you will see that no illegal immigrants can get food stamps. Oh yeah? That's so what was they getting then? Those ATM cards, right? And yeah, matter of fact, Google it because now you're gonna find the supermarket lady that was at the supermarket, and she's like, "Look at this. She left her She left her receipt. Look what's left on there." Please Google it. Please check it out because I want y'all to see that. Hold on a minute. What we got? We're gonna do 3 more. Marcus Phoenix, same shit happening in the UK. Wonder who's behind this. Shane Sullivan, I'm from the Bean, and we saw it bad. You know what's going on? They're trying to substitute us. You have to have legal status. Exactly. But guess what? She said you can't get food stamps. You have to have legal status. You ready for this? Y'all ready? I'm gonna get her. Y'all ready for this? Bow! Not in a sanctuary city. Not in a sanctuary city. You never heard about the NYC card? You get emergency funding with an NYC card. And you get an NYC card when you come into the sanctuary city because they tell you, take the NYC card. Even if you're an immigrant and you're illegal, we won't lock you up. We're just trying to identify you. And if you want to be able to stay in the shelters, you're going to have to get the NYC card. So you don't know what you're talking about. So do me a favor, get my bags, meet me at the airport. I might just be there. So now let's get to the next clip. What we got? We got New York City. Okay, we already did that one. Because we're on a roll. I don't know if y'all see me, but I'm sweating. Y'all got me working. I'm sweating. I ain't got no drink. I ain't got no. How many likes I got up there? Any likes? Y'all got me 40 likes. You got 359 people in the building. No coffee, no snaps on the petrol. But that's cool. Do me a favor. Let's get those likes up. Let's double tap the screen to get those likes up and show y'all appreciation for what we're doing right here. The fact that I've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning. I really would appreciate that. Let's double tap the screen. You don't even have to leave. And the one is about Kathy Hocul, who has to finally do something about and respond to. Let me make sure we didn't do that already. Let's make sure. Here we go. Yeah, MTA. They want to know what's going on with all the money, Kathy. They want to know what's going on with everything that you're talking about that you needed. And now that you got it, got all the military down at the train station. So now that you got the money in New York, what's going on with the MTA? Let's check into that. Let's see what they got going on now. Come on.
Made our way through the subway system. We asked As we made our way through the subway system, we asked commuters a crucial question about the money made from congestion pricing. Do you trust the MTA to spend that money wisely?
I pray to God it does go towards what it needs to go towards.
Not so much. No, I don't think so.
I hope so. It's hard to know.
So we examined a few recent examples of big-time spending that have raised questions. To begin with, the MTA has a $35 million contract with Allied Universal Security for unarmed guards to stop fare evasion at subway doors. But as people who ride every day know, the guards stand around, sometimes in their phones.
So instead of giving that to them, why they don't give that to the police? Because the police would do 2 things, really deter people from jumping and probably lock criminals up and catch them as they go over. Again, this is why I'm saying certain people should not be in office because they waste money. She put those stupid bars on the side of the train, those little things. Now people using that to get them over the turnstile even faster. When you're not a native or somewhere, you need to learn the land first before you're trying to command. That's the art of war. Kathy Hocul, I don't know if you're from New York. You wasn't supposed to be the governor in the first place. Cuomo was the governor until they threw all of them whatever. Y'all gonna probably beat me up for that. But that's the person that helped me get through COVID anyway. But Kathy Hocul don't know her ass from her elbow. and she does really stupid things because she shouldn't be in power in the first place. Not only that, but it's going to be hard to get this person out of power because she's got a lot of support. And she put a lot of other people in power in places that, can really hurt people. And that's how they use their power. So this right here is just a perfect example of them taking our money and doing absolutely nothing with it that we know. We don't know where all of that congestive prices money is going to go. They're just saying, oh, we're going to use it for this and use it for that. Going to the MTA, what, for more money for the trains, conductors and the people that's in the train that don't really service things and do what they got to do. The tracks. How long are you going to keep on complaining and saying you got to fix the tracks? That's like when they say the church need the roof fixed or we need to work on the heater in the church. It's like a reverend that keeps on crying for money. Let's just be honest and say the state don't got money. You're trying to find any way to get it.
Even when people don't pay right next to them. The MTA says that fare evasion is an $800 million a year problem, and it's managed to reduce subway fare evasion by 25% during the last 6 months. A spokesman says the guards are part of that, blocking the, quote, fare evasion superhighway of people avoiding the turnstiles. There's also concern about the effectiveness of the $252 million help point system. The blue lights are currently undergoing a $79 million upgrade, even as cell phones make the system increasingly obsolete. The MTA's own Inspector General found help points were overrun with prank calls and responses to real emergencies could be handled better. The MTA says there's been no final decision made about discontinuing the help point system, but refers to it as one of many.
But they need money. What you really need to do is say, hey, we need money to fix this, and this. Figure out what you need the money for, then go after the money. Not just go after people for money because you can. And this is a point that got me really peed off. I don't even drive every day, but it's just constant crap that Kathy Hocul is doing that pees me off. And that's, again, why I can understand why a lot of people feel the same way about another politician like Donald Trump or another politician. And why I have to say to myself, you know what? Give them their respect and their regard, because the same way you don't like this person, same way they don't like that person. But this is a direct reason to why I really can't stand Kathy Hocul at all. I just can't stand this person.
Any resources to help riders, saying most people use it for directions.
I think especially with congestion pricing now being underway, the public, the riders, all stakeholders really want to see results. They want to see not only the system functioning and being a good repair, but they want to make sure the expenses are being managed in a more efficient way.
State Comptroller Tom DiNapoli is just one of several government watchdogs keeping a careful eye on the MTA. Late last year, an audit by his office showed the MTA did not achieve tens of millions of dollars in savings by properly streamlining and leveraging its $7 billion in annual purchasing power. The MTA says the comptroller's office used old data to reach those conclusions, and that over the last few years, the agency has become much more efficient.
Unfortunately, in the case of the procurement audit, the response, frankly, was a bit more of justifying what is rather than embracing our recommendations.
Time and time again, the MTA pushed back on issues we raised about daily operations, including overtime for workers. Salaries make up about 70% of the agency's operating budget. The MTA says the bottom line is that annual operations cost 3% less than before the pandemic if you account for inflation. Moreover, a spokesman says the transit agency has already found $400 million in efficiencies with no service cuts nor layoffs, and is committing to finding $100 million more in savings.
Yeah. It's the most expensive trains in the United States now. $2.90, and you don't know if you're going to make it home. You don't know if you're going to make it to work. You don't know if you're going to get cut. Somebody going to pee on you. You have no idea what's going to happen if you go inside the train station in New York City. Every man for himself down there. Real talk. It's gladiator school down there. And they say, oh, we're going to put 2 police officers on every train. It's not even possible to do that because you don't have the police force to do it with the manpower. Just don't even have the manpower. So again, we're getting told one thing, and then on the other end of it, we see what's going on with the money. How they always say it, you follow the money. And they spending the money very stupidly and wasting people's money on this stupid congestive pricing thing. You have to have legal. Where we at right now? Let's go. Let's catch up on where we at right now. Refined says, I enjoy your commentary. I thought you were a loon, bad boy. I thought you was loon from Bad Boy, but I came back because of your commentary. You funny. That's a good one. What you know about going out, Red Lex TV, all up in the headrest. Y'all gonna make me do that and have them come knock down my door thinking that Puffy got out. Stop it, y'all. Steven, Man, not only is your bottom of moon my top of moon in Australia, and I'm reading your writing backwards. Also, wow, I had no idea. Love from Ayers Rock. It's not backwards. That's the right way now. It used to be backwards, but now it's right. Okay, Corey Mondi said human evolution. Where are we now? Tekken more. Most of the tribes that existed back then are gone, but Navajo people and Native Americans and Indians don't speak Spanish, showing there is no relationship between Mexican and Indian, meaning you. We find yellow hearts, blue clovers, and and purple horseshoes. Now we got to get to this other part right here where these bodegas. Remember, y'all, we got to look at things from all different aspects. Where we at right now with these lights? Yeah, we're gonna need 2 more. Let's go ahead and get those likes up to 80. Double tap, double tap. Let's go ahead and get those likes up to 80. I really would appreciate that, you guys. Because right now we got these bodega owners that's complaining and they're saying what's happening with the illegal migrants. They're calling. Is it okay to come to work? Boss, jefe, the ice, they coming? Are they coming to the store? I see they do a lot in the street. I necesito. Él. Bueno para la trabajando. See? So they want to know if they can get back to work because ICE is moving around now. So a lot of these bodega owners, they feel like, they feeling bad now because a lot of their people not coming to work because they're scared. They feel like that, they're going to get arrested if they come to work because they don't have their papers.
Hey guys, so we went to bodegas in Washington Heights. They then came over here to the Bronx. Less money coming in, employees not showing up are some of the things that we heard. But for others, President Trump's immigration crackdown means bringing law and order into a city that desperately needs it. In the heart of Washington Heights, the talk among employees and customers inside of this bodega Thursday afternoon was President Trump's immigration crackdown.
I know there's a lot of good people too, and I feel bad for them, but it's gotta be done. We gotta clean up. I got 2 daughters. I want my daughter to be safe when they grow up.
Those who work in this line of business claim they are losing customers, but for Johan Mencias, ICE raids are already making a positive impact in our neighborhoods.
There's a lot of criminals. Now the streets is more safe. You can see, you can walk now.
What are you hearing from Bodega?
2 words. Y'all don't understand. Again, y'all don't understand it. That was a New Yorker right there. Even though he's Dominican and he has a very hard speech, he's Dominican. He's like, you can even walk now. You couldn't even walk now. Because before, you couldn't even walk. You couldn't even cross the street. They everywhere. And I'm not going to just say Hispanic. No. You go into different areas where migrants come in from. Those people are double the capacity that it was before. If you go into an African area, it used to be, let's say, 20,000. Now there's 40,000 of them. If you go into a Asian area where it used to be, it doubled in capacity for every single race and denomination because everybody's people were coming in. We're not just talking about Hispanics now. We're talking about everybody. Everybody was coming in. Why? Because it was a free-for-all. Why not? If you can come and just walk over the border, just go ahead over there because it's rough in those other third world countries. They're looking for a better way of life. I understand that point. Only thing a lot of us are trying to say is do it the right way. And now, because of the ramifications and the things that they did to get here, yes, you may have been here 11 years. Yes, you may have been here 5 years or 8 or 7, started a family and got all of this stuff going. But the bottom line is you started off on a bad foundation. That's like building a house on this right here. This right here is what you're building your house on. Now, you know that you need to get this foundation straight, but you still going to try to do it because if you hold the wood, you can, you're going to still you get this right first, then flow. Then you don't have those problems of what's going on now with crackdowns and not being able to come to work and stuff, but trying to do it the other way. Hey, I'm gonna just go over there, live off the land or whatever like that. The only people that really benefit off of that, to be honest with you, are the bodega owners, are the people that you're working for, because you're not gonna get the right type of wage anyway, because of the fact that you're not legal. To them, it's okay because it's still a decent amount of money because it's US monetary and it's more money. And that's why they'll work 75 hours. You see the Mexicans in the store, got a pair of Jordans on, look like he's hip or whatever like that, got the fitted hat on. He's working 75 hours a week just to look that way and send money back to his country. Now, don't get me wrong. I got to respect the work. The work effort is there, because if it wasn't for that, a lot of things wouldn't flow. But guess what? In reality, if he did it the right way, he'll get the right earn the right wage that he actually deserves, because an honest day's pay deserves an honest day's, honest day's work deserves an honest day's pay. And if I could pan to my wall over here, which has the New York federal guidelines for employee rights, it's got all of the minimum wages on it and everything. What I'm looking at right now is in New York, our minimum wage is $15. Federal minimum wage is only $7.25. Then there's another one I see over here was, what is it, $12.50, depending on certain regional areas that you're at. So the way that these bodega owners and managers try to complain, oh, the fish market and all of that, you're taking our workers, people are crying and all of that. Yes, because you didn't come over here the right way, and you're being taken advantage of in more than one way. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation if you think about it.
Owners and workers.
Yeah, though they be afraid. They be calling me and asking, Fran, are they gonna come to the store?
Francisco Marte is the president of the New York Bodegas Association.
Con temor.
Suslin Pichardo, who manages a Bronx bodega, says fewer undocumented workers are showing up for their shifts.
Fewer undocumented workers are showing up for their shifts. So you're admitting that you have undocumented workers working at a store in New York that has rights and things like that, that you're not supposed to be doing this at. Do you get where I'm going here? Do you get what? It just don't add up. Let's go back on this a little bit.
Francisco Marte is the president of the New York Bodegas Association.
Con temor.
Suslin Pichardo, who manages a Bronx bodega, says fewer undocumented workers are showing up for their shifts.
La pandemia del 2025.
And significantly less foot traffic. She calls it the 2025 pandemic, but this time an immigration pandemic.
We are victims of those criminals.
Spokesman for United Bodegas of America, Fernando Mateo, says President Trump is making bodegas safer by doing what the criminal justice system has failed to do. What do you think about that collateral arrest and potentially collateral deportation?
Right now, that's the fear that certain groups want to instill in them. Now, if you've committed a crime, I recommend, other than enter the country illegally, that you look for another place to work. Because if they come looking for you because you're a criminal, they're gonna find you and they're gonna deport you.
So basically, again, she's not only saying and telling that she's paying less, and she knows that they're immigrants, but they might be criminals and they work in there. Unvetted, unchecked, and they got jobs here. So, yeah.
And the president of the New York Bodega Association telling me that some bodega owners are looking to hire employees, in this case documented employees, because they need to keep moving the economy.
Shouldn't that have been what you was doing in the first place? Oh, no. We wasn't taking advantage of these people. I mean, this story is a double whammy of all. If you really can see through the underlinings of what people are doing and who's benefiting at the end, who benefits from it. Don't worry about the razzle dazzle and everything that's going on. Who benefits from it? The bodega owner, because he only paying that same immigrant probably $7 an hour. Probably got him staying in a room somewhere around the corner, paying the lady $150 a week and just working them because they don't have to pay them right. So now they have to pay somebody legally the right wage, which really helps the economy, because the other money, we don't know where that was, even though it's work, they doing what they got to do. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. Let me see what we got going on here. Let me see what we got going on in the comments. I know y'all gonna get me, but I got tough skin, so let's go. I got tough skin. Let's go up to DH, and we got, they should be fined heavily or arrested for hiring an illegal instead of an American. Haha, double tap that screen, y'all, so y'all can show your appreciation. Emilio Castillo. So who are we allowed to take advantage of? Basically, I'm asking who is less of a person like 3/5 worth? I don't know what you mean by that, Steve, sir. Steven Springstead. The owners win when they get to pay less for a worker. They don't have to pay insurance, give them time off, or pay living wage. Bong. Thank you, smart person right here, Steven Springstead. I hope you're subscribed to the channel. We need more people like Steven with a brain. What we got here? We got Michael Forever's for life. Trump is the man. Trump is the man. That's what you think, so. Glad you're happy with that, sir. No doubt. James Ross, I only seen one Mexican yesterday, and he was looking scared, wearing a hoodie. Oh my God. Cole the Wolf Boy, or immigration enforcement. Pico, immigrants pay taxes. They do on food and moving around and certain stuff, but not like when it comes down to taxes and federal and things of that nature. They probably get cash off the books, to be honest with you. Luzbel Wilcock, I talk to BP, speak on them in Spanish, and they don't get it. Know whether I'm a citizen or not, nor will they get my ID ever. I'll copy. Killer Cam looking. He funny, I'll copy. Steven Springstead, owners should have to pay this difference in the taxes they haven't paid. Yeah, because at this point, they're telling on themselves. Thomas Roy, you talk about everything except who replaces the workers. You obviously don't understand how the economy works, because if they pay workers more, prices go up for consumers. Y'all want to take care of him or should I? The last comment that's here. Do y'all want to take care of this or should I? Thomas Roy. Thomas Roy said, I talk about everything except who replaces the workers. He's saying that I don't understand how the economy works, because if they pay workers more, then prices go up for consumers. Y'all want to get them? Lorena said, but there are some that get a tax number and they do pay taxes. You're right about that, Lorena. I'm not even going to come back there because you're right. Isaiah said, in what other countries is illegal entry treated like we did? What other nation lets you in with benefits, a court date years out like the U.S. has been? Rob, I'm from New York. The governor with the clown filter is spot on. New York is 50% in freedom. Oh my God, I got a fellow brother who appreciates the clown face. That's what I'm talking about. She's trying to use us as the top, she's trying to be have us in the big house, while she's the one running around trying to control New York and got us all looking like clowns out here. Let's keep it going, y'all. It's hot. Woo! It's really hot in here. Let me figure where we at with those lights. Double tap that screen so everybody know where we at. Okay, where we at? Okay. This is a suburban restaurant owner who threatens to close after a fight with the mayor. Yes, a physical brawl with the mayor. Boop, 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 boop. Seems as if we got a lot of physical fights going on. We got the Tiffany Henyard fight. We might as well start doing these, having these happen in Madison Square Garden. Got the other fight that happened in Chicago. Everywhere you look, they scrapping. So, why not have it go on in a suburban restaurant where the owners threatened to close after he had a fight with the mayor? I guess he feels like the mayor can do a lot of bad stuff to him now that he done had a fight with him and that they threaten each other and everything. It kind of makes sense. Why would you want to stay where a government official has a problem with you at? So this does make sense why this gentleman would want to leave his business. But you have to realize once you do that, you hurt the economy of what's going on around, like someone else said when it comes to the economy. And a lot of people lose their jobs. So I think he's just trying to really weigh it out before he decides if he really wants to leave after he had a fight with the mayor.
Investigates the fallout from a brawl in the suburbs.
The owner of a local barbecue joint is threatening to leave town after an alleged altercation with the Park Forest mayor. And here's investigative reporter Ben Bradley.
So we got rib tips and we got some St. Louis slabs.
Antoine Hardy says barbecue is in his blood.
We opened the business in Park Forest because I love to barbecue. It's been in my family for decades.
He started selling barbecue out of this trailer.
We got this made here in Florida.
And grew to open his restaurant, All Out Smoke Pit, in the heart of the South Suburbs' struggling business district.
Great ribs, soul food sides, brisket.
Smoking on the grill behind his shop, even on the coldest days.
What we was trying to do was put Park Forest on the map for the best barbecue. Okay. Charles, get those fries up.
He says he's worked to make it happen with customers coming from all over Cook County and beyond, but he's not sure how long he'll keep a presence here in Park Forest.
We don't know if we want to stay or leave. I feel uncomfortable with the village, and we feel very uncomfortable being here.
He says that feeling followed a physical fight with Park Forest Mayor Joe Woods back in August.
I'm Joseph Woods. I'm the mayor of Park Forest.
During our interview, Hardy declined to discuss details of the fight.
You ain't got to talk to me ever again.
But reports and video obtained by WGN Investigates from the Cook County Sheriff's Office give a glimpse into what went down.
He pushed me. I swung, he swung.
Hardy claims what sparked the brawl was the mayor calling his teenage daughter the B word after she allegedly refused to shake the mayor's hand. The mayor, however, denies the allegation.
It's a tragic situation, of course, concerning the mayor and a business owner. These are some of the congregation and community members that came out to show their support.
Randall White is a local pastor and Park Forest trustee.
I believe it could have been avoided.
The mayor declined repeated requests for an interview, but he told Cook County Sheriff's Police that Hardy's wife, upset over the alleged comment about her daughter, pushed him and hit him with her body. Though, when questioned by police,
At one point, he had pushed me, and I remember pushing him against the back of the truck, the truck, while his wife was on my back. But I never laid a punch on him, never did any of that. I was in self-defense mode and just trying to keep them off me.
I'm definitely torn. We don't want to lose businesses, but this is so much more than that.
I just know it needs to be something done about this situation.
if he knows what that is, Hardy isn't saying. He asked the village to cover his medical costs, but whatever happens with his restaurant, Hardy said he's not blaming residents.
We do love the community. We thank the community for all the support.
At a recent board meeting, Wood said he did not want the restaurant to close, but if that's what Hardy chooses, he said it doesn't mean the end for Park Forest.
If Park Forest loses a business, that is not good. But good things are also happening.
At the mayor's request and to avoid any conflicts, Cook County Sheriff's Police handled the investigation, and the case was recently closed, with both Hardy and Woods agreeing not to press charges.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Once they did that, he probably felt nervous, like, man, I'm not messing around with the mayor. He got all these police out here and people that he could send against me. Why would I even go any further doing business here? Which kind of makes sense. And I mean, like, what would you think? Like, I wouldn't probably want to stay there. But again, it's a lot to think about. You got other families and people that's counting on you. So it's a real hard one right there, y'all. What would y'all do if y'all owned that spot? Would y'all leave? I mean, I would kick a rock for a block, to tell you the truth. I'm not staying around nothing like that because I'm not trying to have the ramifications or the follow-up with them. Yeah, the police messing around with you and stuff like that. So I don't know. All politicians are not above the law. Hopper said that. They need to go get the Haitian mayor out of there too. The Dalton mayor, Latorak said they need to go and get the Dalton mayor out of there too. Luzbel Woodcock, no at Joy, I was talking to somebody else. The mayor is in the wrong. Yeah, you could tell he's lying too. I didn't want to say it like that. Can you tell that he's lying? Yeah, well, while I was doing this, his wife was on my back. Come on, man. His wife was on your back. Tell the truth. Stop it. What else we got here? We got this King County crackdown on wires. We got these groups that's out here snapping electrical wires. You know those big wires that you would never think to touch because they might be live, and once you touch them, it's over. Yeah. They out here snapping the wires and stealing them. Now the police is out here locking them up because, of course, you can make a lot of money off of that copper, but stealing wire, the state has to pay that back, and that's a lot of money that they're stealing. So they got a crackdown going on right now on a group of people that have been notoriously out here stealing copper wire. Check this out. This is in King County.
These are really hard crimes to solve simply because the thieves normally go out in the middle of the night under the cover of darkness. But detectives have one advantage. It takes a lot of time to cut these big wires into manageable sections. So that means the suspects, the thieves, often have to go back to the scene of a crime over and over again to get the job done. Handcuffs being cinched on the wrists of 26-year-old Jaden Munoz, caught on camera by a King County Sheriff's deputy body camera.
Stand up. Turn, please, car. What's that?
Deputies also arrested 27-year-old Ciara Davis, who told the deputy she had opiates, but they were all gone. Alert neighbors calling 911 to report a crime in progress led to this bust.
They reported seeing two people, a person driving a car and another person outside the vehicle cutting up wire.
Deputies found 25 pieces of cut copper in the ditch, plus an expandable ladder and a chainsaw in the vehicle.
Yeah, we caught him right down there. You caught him? Yeah, and they got cutting tools and the stuff in there.
Both now charged with felonies, theft of copper wire and malicious mischief.
Every week we're seeing these cases and we're working on them. And a lot of people don't see them in headlines, and so they wonder if there's actually action being taken. I guarantee you there is.
Casey McNerthany with the King County Prosecutor's Office tells me they rush charged these cases and they argued for high bails.
You know, we hear arguments from defense that it's just property, but it's not. These affect real lives.
Woodinville police made a separate bust 2 days later. 46-year-old Christopher Ogilvie and 50-year-old Belinda Rabel, both charged with theft of copper wire and malicious mischief. Ogilvie has 11 felony and 20 misdemeanor convictions.
We just need more people to report it. There's more thefts that are happening that are not being reported till after the fact.
And that is...
So yeah, that's what's going on in King County. The crackdown is cracking. I remember I used to live in Texas. They broke into a school and they stole all the copper pipes from in the school because it was during the summertime and the school was closed. And after that, they made them. They changed it. And they made a new law where you had to leave your identification and your name from whatever you brought in. Of course, this way it's just like the pawn shop. This way, if you bring in stolen property, you're going to be on the hook for it. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys what's going on out there in King County. And this last one I want to show you guys that's kind of crazy. It's kind of nasty, and it makes me feel like it should be somewhere in India, but it's not. It's actually in a homestead. It's a shocking video that I wanted you guys to see that a delivery driver took when he went inside of a restaurant to pick up some food. And the way that they was preparing this food, they might as well have been on the street in India. Check this out. The reason I say that is because the way that they were preparing it, it was like, ugh. Just, yeah, like I said, check this out.
Specialist for 25 years, is a former foodborne illness investigator for the state of Florida and owns her own company now in Tampa.
There are certain germs that just won't cook off with high heat even. So this is a big concern.
It was a delivery driver who asked not to be identified that was so concerned about what he saw in this kitchen, he pulled out his phone, began recording. He says the video was taken inside China Yan in Homestead. The address, 2846 Northeast, 8th Street.
You know, they have staph naturally on their skin. It can infect the food and it won't cook off because staph can form spores that are heat tolerant.
It's against Florida's food safety regulations to prepare food on the floor, and China Yan was recently ordered shut after live roaches were seen crawling around this kitchen floor.
Floors are not considered a food contact surface, so therefore they're not required to be sanitized regularly.
I wanted to talk to you about your inspection last week. Thank you. China Yan has a history. They were ordered shut back in December for a roach issue. State records show since 2022.
Do not go to China Yan. Also, I told you guys the other day, another reason why I'm bringing this up, if you're in the New York State or certain cities, the reason that they have the C inside of the window, they have levels, A, B, C. If you go under C, your business is closed. That means you got an F, and that means that you're not even going to be able to open. A is really good. B, they probably found a couple of things. C means, and it's green. It's the C that's green. That means that they found rodent droppings. They probably found roaches, and they're giving you a certain amount of time to correct the issues. And then once you correct them, they'll probably bring you back up to a B. And the better you do, you get back to the A status. That's how it goes. So when you go to a restaurant, I know that it might be a great menu. I know it might be, something that the neighborhood is talking about. They could have been talking about chan tans like that, you never know. But the bottom line is, you never know how they're preparing your food. So you want to be careful and pay attention to the grade. The grade means a lot when it comes down to restaurants. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body. It's our temple. That's all we got. Do me a favor, you guys, if you like this, double tap the screen, keep it going. Double tap the screen to show your appreciation. Let's keep it going. Let's finish this story.
7 of their inspections included citations for hand washing issues. Employees failed to wash their hands after cracking raw eggs, touching their face, handling a phone before engaging in food prep. A hand washing sink was blocked. There was no soap at a hand washing station.
Hey, how are you? Mr. Lin, can I talk to you about the video?
We don't take pictures.
No, the video.
The video is
Why are they not wearing gloves? Why are they mixing with their elbow?
Sorry about that.
Why are they? It's not sanitary.
And we have seen it in the past where they have caused foodborne illness outbreaks from unwashed hands very frequently.
Egger says foodborne illness is underreported. That's because it requires a laboratory-confirmed case. Physicians must specifically test for a pathogen, and if it's confirmed, it's reported to the Department of Health for an investigation. And let's face it, most of us don't do that when we get a stomach bug. So what red flags does this food safety expert look for when she walks into a restaurant?
When I first walk into a restaurant, I notice the smell. If the AC vents up in the ceiling are dirty or dusty, it makes me wonder how the kitchen is. Another thing to look at is the bathroom.
As far as China Yan, Egger says the owners and staff here need serious retraining, but will that happen?
Why are they not wearing gloves? Why are
We don't know, but you now know what was going on behind the kitchen door.
So yeah, a lot of the times when you guys have that little stomach ache, you're not feeling good. Think about it now. If you went to what they call it, if you had an order from Grubhub or something like that, 9 times out of 10 could have been something like that. So that's why I don't eat out a lot. I'm already vegan, so I don't do too much eating out. I don't like spending money anyway. I'm cheap. Kind of like y'all when it come down to this right there, but it's all good. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, y'all already know how we do. You can subscribe, see more content, because we got a whole lot of other stuff going on. Got rap videos, I got music, got a couple of shocking videos down in there in the video section. But yeah, check out another video, subscribe to the channel, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em! 1.